What's going on, everyone? We're starting something new here at SportStar with a little YouTube series. My name's Kyle, one of the promotional directors.
And I'm Blade. I'm the other promotional director here at SportStar.
Now, SportStar already makes the best chin strap in football, but we need to talk about the best players in football.
All right, so the way these videos are going to work, each video we're going to look at one division exclusively, and we're going to break it down team by team on who we think is the best player on each team that wears SportStar and how they'll be in the 2022 season.
Now, we're going to agree a lot, we're going to disagree a lot, and we're going to hash it out. But you get to tell us in the comments who you think, or if there's another player that we might have missed.
So it's tough to decide where to start, especially with the crazy offseason that's been going on, but especially with all the wheeling and dealing in the AFC West. I think that's the perfect division to start with.
Let's go.
And with that, I'm going to start with the Denver Broncos, and my pick is their newly acquired quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Now, I know he had a down year last year, only 25 touchdowns. He was injured, missed a couple games, but I think under a new offense, new offensive coordinator, just a change of scenery in general, Russell Wilson's going to thrive this year.
I can't deny he's one of the best players in the league, but I'm going to go with a different player on the offense for my pick, Javonte Williams. He is the lead back there, and there's no more Melvin Gordon, and he's going to have all the carries. He is going to have a season like Jonathan Taylor, I believe, up in Indy.
Bold move, bold move. Now, I agree with you that his numbers are going to increase, mainly because of Russell Wilson, but to put Jonathan Taylor numbers up, I just don't see that.
He already had 50% of the snaps by himself sharing the backfield last year. Now it's all his. He's going to build on 1,200 yards of scrimmage yards from his rookie season. I mean, those numbers are already good for a solo lead back. Now he's get to have the whole backfield to himself.
Well, let's not forget, Russell Wilson still likes to scramble. He's going to get a couple of those rushes, even around the goal line.
Give you that, but 8 goal line touches last year for Javonte Williams. Those numbers are low for a guy like him. Those are going to go up. He's going to see more touchdowns and touches inside the 5-yard line. And he's one of the hardest players to tackle in the league. Over 80 broken tackles last season. You're not getting him to the ground easy.
That's a good point. Valid point right there.
All right, well, this is up for debate, but we're going to go ahead and move on out to Los Angeles, the city that has the Super Bowl, but we're going to go to the other team, the Chargers. I'm going to go, also on the offense, Keenan Allen.
Wow.
Yeah, he is the guy there. He's been there under many regimes now, but when you need to play, the guy you count on is definitely Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I'm not shocked you picked Keenan Allen. I'm shocked you agreed with me. That's who I went with too. And the Chargers was tough because they have 2 stud receivers, and not to mention 2 stud defensive players in Joey Bosa and now newly acquired Khalil Mack.
No doubt.
This one could have gone a lot of different ways, so I'm kind of shocked we agreed. But I am with you. If I've only got one play and I got to throw the ball to one person, I'm sticking with Keenan Allen.
Yeah, and you mentioned they have 2 receivers, the other guy being Mike Williams. Another stud. You can't deny his emergence last year. Respect that. But I think Keenan Allen is still the guy I'm going to trust, and defenses are going to start keying on Mike Williams a little bit more. So I see Keenan Allen having a better year this coming season off of last year.
I agree with you there. And actually, my second place finish was Joey Bosa. 10.5 sacks, 7 forced fumbles, and that was without Khalil Mack. They can't guard both of them.
Add Khalil Mack to the picture. You got Joey Bosa and him combined for 134.5 career sacks, 35 forced fumbles, and 25 fumble recoveries. 13 fumble recoveries. Those are numbers that are just hard to game plan as an offense.
I don't think you can game plan for that.
No. And they are matchup nightmares, can take over a game at any point, and wrecking balls on the defensive line. But you can't forget about their secondary as well. You had Asante Samuel Jr. come out last year. Heck of a year for a rookie. But their new guy, J.C. Jackson, he is the lockdown corner. He didn't wear a SportStar chin strap last year, but I have it under good authority that his new Charger helmet already has a SportStar chin strap on it. I mean, in New England last year, he gave up 3 touchdowns. He has 13 pass breakups and 8 interceptions. He's going to lock down whoever the receiver 1 is.
Yeah, I forgot about him. And he did all that without Bosa or Mack. So quarterbacks are going to be under duress. They're going to have to get the ball off quick. I think his numbers do go up this year.
Yeah, you're going to see him jumping a lot of passes with those 2 monsters up front. Yeah. With all that said about the defense, I think we still agree that Keenan Allen is the guy in Los Angeles.
Chargers are going to be an exciting team to watch this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But we'll go ahead and move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, the team that everyone is chasing right now, right?
I agree. And personally, I think this is a no-brainer. Hands down, Patrick Mahomes. Almost 5,000 passing yards, 37 touchdowns. Now, I know he lost Tyreek Hill, but he still has a plethora of weapons. He's got Kelsey. He's got Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, Just thinking now the TikToks, they're going to be insane.
I'm not weighing the TikToks into my evaluation. Those might put him over the edge, but I'm going with someone on the defense, Chris Jones. They're losing weapons on offense. They're not going to be as explosive, maybe. So that defense is going to have to step up. And last year, the second half of the season, that was a top 10 defense. You know, they started off the year losing some games that you'd think that would have won. But they are going to move on with a defense that is going to be competitive. Chris Jones is the guy.
I mean, we're talking multiple Pro Bowls. I'll give you that. And their defense is probably going to lose Tyrann Mathieu, so he's going to have to step it up. But I just feel if you take Mahomes out of the equation and now you got to go with Chad Henne, your offense is going to take a bigger hit, and I think he's more valuable to the team.
That's a big drop, no doubt. Man, the value that Chris Jones has stepping up in the inside, that's my guy for the Chiefs.
He's a good player, but I'm going to disagree with you, and I'm going to stick with Mahomes on this one.
All right, fair enough. We'll go to the last team in the division, out to Las Vegas, the Raiders. Who you got?
Okay, the Raiders were tough because they're almost exclusively SportStar. But there's one guy on their team that I've always wanted him on my fantasy team. I've never got him. I finally got him last year, and then he got injured and missed most of the season. But that being said, I'm still going to go with Darren Waller.
Yep.
I think he's going to bounce back this year. He's going to have a phenomenal season. So holding my grudge aside, I'm sticking with him.
I mean, you can't ask for a better nightmare on your offense than Darren Waller. He can go up against corners who are too small for him, safeties who are too slow, linebackers don't stand a chance. He's a 6'6" freak. He can ball, and I mean, he had 107 receptions in 2020, his last healthy season. He only had 4 drops. He catches everything.
That's true.
I mean, you're going to have a guy, hopefully he comes back healthy, and whoever's throwing in the ball, that's an important position too, though.
There's no question. I mean, you got to mention Derek Carr. I mean, because without someone throwing the ball, he can't have any catches.
Yep.
So he's definitely in the conversation. And then I think if we want to go to the other side of the ball, looking at what he did last year, Max Crosby has to at least be in this conversation.
Without a doubt, he emerged as one of the wrecking balls for all defense players. He has the high motor and the toughness, but he's a big-time player showing up in big games when you need him most.
There's no question. And he's got the sweet tats. Let's not forget that.
Tattoos for days. But man, yeah, he had 13 run stops, 10 tackles for losses, 8 sacks. He's going to be a big impact that you have to game plan for, and it's even when you do, it's hard to stop him.
And he secured the bag this year, too. Got that money.
Paycheck to prove it. No kidding.
Let's see if he can prove it. But as much as you want to make me switch my pick to him, I'm going to stick with Waller for the Raiders.
I'm going to agree with you. Darren Waller is going to be the guy that is the toughest for opposing teams to handle.
I agree. Well, I think that wraps up our discussion here on the AFC West. Let us know who you think had the better team, Kyle or myself. Or if you think we were both wrong, let us know in the comments below who you think we should have picked.
And check out our social medias, our Instagram, and our other YouTube videos. Like, subscribe, let us know in the comments again what you thought. And we'll see you next week when we go over the NFC West.